Yes. Hey guys, what's up? It's Pascale.
Mo.
Art of Adventure.
Ginnie Springs.
Welcome back to our channel.
Yes.
We are in Ginnie Springs. It's one of our favorite springs in the state.
It's absolutely true.
And we're gonna give you the top 10 reasons why. Let's go!
Let's go.
Number 10, location. Ginnie Springs is a 200-acre waterfront park that sits in a really great spot. The complex hugs the Santa Fe River in the cute little town of High Springs, Florida. It's about 30 miles west of Gainesville. One of the best things about the location is the river itself. There are 36 named springs that feed the river, including a handful within minutes of Ginnie Springs. One of the most popular is Gilchrist Blue Spring, a fairly easy paddle from Ginnie. Spring hopping here is a must. Number 9, bathrooms and showers, y'all. There are 8 different bathhouses on the Ginnie Springs property, so no matter where you park or camp, there are bathrooms and showers with hot water nearby. I've been to a lot of springs across the state. Ginnie has one of the best bathroom situations I've seen. Number 8, camping. Tent camping is a very popular feature of Ginnie Springs. The primitive tent sites are scattered across the park and are occupied on a first-come, first-served basis. No reservations are needed. I will tell you, summers, weekends, and holidays are a bit of a madhouse. This park is known for its party atmosphere. After all, it's privately owned and one of the only springs in the whole state where you can drink alcohol. Number 7, there are 7 different springs on the property. The most popular are Ginnie Spring, also known as the Main Spring, and the springs on the Devil's Run. The Main Spring has a huge swimming area, about 90 feet by 150 feet. Depths range anywhere from just a few feet to 12 feet deep right before the cavern entrance. This is the spring head where a lot of people enter and exit with their tubes. It's also the spot to launch a paddleboard or kayak. So yeah, it gets busy. The Devil's Run has 3 springs: Little Devil, Devil's Eye, and Devil's Ear. These all tend to be pretty popular in high season. Pro tip, my go-to springs to get a little reprieve from the crowds are Dogwood and July Springs. Dogwood sits just 1 spring west of the Main Spring. July Spring is a quick swim floater paddle across the Santa Fe from Devil's Run.
This is my new spring face.
You're welcome. Number 6, park amenities. I already mentioned the bathrooms and showers, but there are a few other special amenities you gotta know about.
Oh, yeah.
1, the food.
Man.
Yes, there's a restaurant on the property that actually makes real food on a real grill. I'm talking breakfast sandwiches, burgers, subs, pretty much everything you want. 2, the general store. Forget your towel? No problem. Need a Gatorade? No problem. You can also rent tubes, snorkel gear, scuba equipment, and more. Here's another unique amenity near the general store. Free air fill stations for your tuber raft. Save your lungs. And there are picnic tables scattered across the property. They are all first come, first served. Number 5, the wildlife. And I'm not just talking about the late night parties.
Turtles.
As you float down the Santa Fe, keep your eyes peeled for turtles, river birds like herons and egrets.
They come all the way up here.
The tannic water of the Santa Fe may make it hard to see the largemouth bass and the blue catfish, but they're there too. I always get asked about alligators, so I'll mention it now. Where there's water in Florida, there are gators. But I haven't personally seen any on my visits to Ginnie Springs. If you stay off the banks of the Santa Fe River and float in the middle, you'll be just fine. Number 4, paddling the river. You can rent paddle boards and kayaks at Ginnie Springs, or bring your own. The park asks you to launch at the main spring and start your paddle by heading upstream. The Santa Fe snakes through 7 different counties in Florida, so the length of your paddle is really up to you. A lot of people like the paddle from Ginnie upriver to Gilchrist Blue Spring, or even a bit farther to Rum Island Spring. Then turn around, head back downstream toward Ginnie. Pro tip: bring $2 cash with you if you plan to get off your kayak or paddleboard and use the amenities at Gilchrist Blue Spring. Number 3, scuba diving. I know this isn't for everyone, but hang tight. You'll want to know who you're sharing the water with and what you might encounter. It turns out that cavern under the main spring actually opens up to a beautiful underwater world. It's called the ballroom, and it drops down to 50 feet and stretches back more than 120. There are all kinds of cool nooks and crannies to check out. Scuba divers also go to Ginnie for the massive cave system that starts under the Devil's Run. You do have to be cave certified to penetrate its maze. Currently, you can rent gear and get air and nitrox fills right on the property. Pro tip: I recommend checking the website before you go to make sure they have the gear you need for your scuba trip. Number 2, snorkeling the springs. As I mentioned, there are 7 different springs you can snorkel at Ginnie, so bring your mask and snorkel. The water is 72 degrees year-round. And as long as water levels on the Santa Fe River are not too high, each spring should be crystal clear. If one's too busy for your taste, just walk to a different spring. Pro tip: the 3 springs on the western side of the park, Deer, Twin, and Dogwood, are usually less crowded. Usually. Each spring here has its own unique personality. There's a cool swim through at the main spring, a deep crevasse at Dogwood and Little Devil, a big circular trench at Devil's Eye. And if you swim into the tannic water of the Santa Fe, you'll find the entrance to Devil's Ear. When the water and the sun are just right, it creates a magical backdrop. Pro tip: my favorite seasons for swimming and snorkeling the springs are fall and winter. The water feels warm and there are no crowds.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, here it is. Number 1, the tube run on the Santa Fe River. When you visit Ginnie Springs, you have to float the river. I mean, you just have to.
Which one's yours?
The pink one.
Oh, look at there.
You can rent single tubes or double tubes at the general store. Currently, the prices are $7 and $14. Pro tip: just bring your own tube, fill it with air for free at the air fill station, and go jump in the river. There are several spots where you can put your tube in the water. I suggest walking to the main tube launch past Beaver Landing. Just follow the yellow tube trail signs. Pro tip: the road is a bit rocky, so you may want to bring those water shoes. Yeah, they look funny, but they'll save your feet, especially if you make this walk multiple times a day. It's easy to launch. Just walk your tubes in the water and sit down. The float is what you make it.
Yes.
If you're hanging with just a few friends, it can be super chill. If you're with a big group and dozens of tubes, well, it's a party. Just keep your eyes open for wildlife and hidden springs like July Spring, and rope swings tucked away just off the banks of the river. One of the really great things about tubing Ginnie Springs is choosing how long you want to be on the water. You can exit the tube run at Devil's Eye, or Ginnie Springs, or Dogwood if you want to get out before the official tube exit at Twin Spring. Your float can last anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half, just depending on what you want to do. Here are a few friendly reminders for you. It is Florida and we do have storms, so it's always a good idea to check the website or call ahead to make sure the springs you want are open and the amenities you need are available. Ginnie is one of the pricier springs in Florida, up to $20 per person. But if you go in the off season, you can save about $5 a head. Like I said, this place can be a big party. If you want to come when it's a bit more chill, fall and winter seasons are your best bet. No pets or support animals are allowed. I'll drop links to the park map and a list of rules and rental prices in the description for this video. Oh, and check this out. We use a lockbox to stash our key when we travel to springs in Florida. It's never a good idea to bring your keys on the water. You can also find a link to this lockbox and all the gear we use in the description below.
How we do, guys? Is Ginnie on your list now?
It better be.
This one is awesome.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, and there's one way to find out. Come on. We hope we gave you a ton of good reasons to come, tons of pro tips, so now you know what to do and how to do it, and maximize your day out here at Ginnie Springs.
Yeah.
We want our experiences to help make your next adventure epic.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. So babe, what's
There's
left
one
for
thing
them
left to do. Just go get it.
Go get it, y'all.
Look, everyone else going to get it. They all here.
First subscribe, then go get it.
Yes.